Alright, what's going on, guys? It's the Berserk Memorial Edition, Episode 2. Let's talk about it. Now, before we actually get into the episode itself, because as it was in Episode 1, there's no new content again, I want to talk about something that's actually kind of interesting and kind of bad. Actually, it's really bad. The first 4 minutes of the episode starts off with the song Forces, and we get various clips of all three movies spliced together. So, yes, that's right. We see moments of the eclipse, of Griffith wearing the armor on his head and his body absolutely desecrated after his year of torture. We see the Skull Knight. We see so much pivotal information in this first 4 minutes that it kind of begs the question, what the hell were they thinking? Why would they reveal all this? For fans of Berserk who have read the manga, seen the movies, seen the anime, this is no surprise. I mean, we know all this information. None of this is shocking. However, if this is your first experience with Berserk, why are they doing this? I understand you want to tease some things here and there, but they're teasing everything. And not just teasing it, but giving away pivotal information to the point that it's almost a little bit infuriating. I mean, if I was a new fan coming into the series, I'd be like, what the hell, man? I mean, at first you might not be saying that, but after getting through all these episodes, you're going to be like, so back in episode 2, why did you show me all that information? Why did you blow all that for me? It just makes no sense whatsoever. It's a complete waste of 4 minutes, like it doesn't even need to be there. It's obvious they're just stretching out time so that they can call this a quote-unquote episode. They couldn't have animated 4 minutes of extra information? They couldn't have added a couple scenes here and there? Like, that's how you're gonna spend your time, just showing us scenes throughout the movie that are gonna happen at a later point? Oh my god, I don't even know how to express it at this point. And then the next minute and 48 seconds is dedicated to kind of like an anime opening. So the episode doesn't even start until 5 minutes and 48 seconds into the video. I get it if you want to have an opening for the episode. I mean, when you watch a series, you see an opening every episode. But why are you guys stretching it out like this? It just makes no sense whatsoever. Now, as for the opening itself, they play the song Aria, and there's a couple of still shots in there that are rather interesting. They show Puck, Farnese, Serpico, and Isidro. So really cool shots of all of them. I know Farnese and Serpico show up in, I believe it's the second movie. They show up for like a brief cameo. They don't talk or anything like that. They're on the screen for maybe like 2 seconds. But what's really interesting is we get still shots of Shirka and the Berserker armor. Now, obviously, Shirka and the Berserker armor don't show up in this movie. Now, is that a little teaser saying that, hey, after these movies, we're going to start going into the Black Swordsman, Conviction, and Falcon of the Millennium Empire arcs? That would be cool. Although they could just be throwing it in there like, hey, you know how much you like Shirka? You know how much you like the Berserker armor? Well, there it is. You saw it. We're not going to animate it, but it was there. So who knows, guys? Maybe they're just trying to get up our hopes and then they're going to dash it in the future. Maybe it's a sign of things to come. Who knows? But as for the episode itself, like I said at the beginning, there's no new scenes. The animation, as far as I can tell, did not look improved whatsoever. I mean, maybe they touched up the colors a little bit here and there. I don't know. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. I mean, it's not like I hated the episode. I'm just saying that I didn't see any improvements. And again, I watched these episodes side by side. So I watched the second episode of the Memorial Edition side by side with the first movie that came out in 2012. And like I said, I was looking back and forth constantly. I was pausing the videos, trying to see if anything looked different, if it looked a little sharper, if they improved upon things, if they adjusted the colors a little bit. I couldn't find anything. So as for the meat of the episode, Guts and the Band of the Hawk take down the Black Ram Iron Lance Heavy Cavalry. Now, it is interesting to note that, like I said in the first episode, they did change the dialogue for a couple of scenes here and there. Now, in the manga, that's the correct name for this group, the Black Ram Iron Lance Heavy Cavalry. Now, in the original 2012 movie, they actually called them the Black Sheep and Iron Spears Heavy Cavalry. I don't know why they would change it from ram to sheep. I mean, ram just sounds sounds so much more imposing and fearsome. Like, why would they do that? So I'm glad that they changed that in the new episodes. Now, after the battle, Casca excoriates Guts for his reckless behavior. Griffith breaks them up and reminds Guts it's been 3 years since their initial duel, and he remarks that the duel was a time that was very fun and he enjoyed it quite a lot. Now we see a scene in which the various nobles are talking about the Hawks and their accomplishments. Guts eventually enters a castle and encounters Nosferatu Zod. After struggling with him a little bit, Griffith decides to come in and give him some help. Zod, being a fearsome monster as he is, knocks Griffith over, and as he walks up to him, he notices the crimson bailet around his neck and remarks that it's the egg of the king. And it's interesting because in the original 2012 version, he calls it the egg of the supreme ruler. So a little bit of a difference there. I do prefer, obviously, the newer edition, Egg of the King. I mean, that's how Kentaro Miura wrote it in the manga. So it's good that they're staying faithful to the manga in that regard. And then Zod gives the prophecy to Guts and then eventually flies off. So again, I didn't see any differences. I watched it side by side. I didn't see one thing that was different from the original version. The animation looked identical to me. I mean, maybe you guys noticed something. I really couldn't tell. And if it was there, it was very minute. Again, enjoyed the episode, had a fun time with it. I just don't know why they would spend 4 minutes blowing the remainder of the series. Like, why would you do that? And yeah, I just wish there was some new scenes here and there. I mean, that would be great. If you're gonna make this Memorial Edition, like, go all out, you know, add some scenes, touch things up here and there. So a little bit disappointing, but hopefully eventually we'll get some new scenes. So tell me what you guys thought of episode 2, and I'll catch you on the flip side.